What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sergey.
And we are the Tabletop Warlords. And once again, we find ourselves playing a game of
Beyond the Gates of Antares.
Last episode, we featured for the first time on our channel the Ghar Empire versus the Freeborn. And today, we are going to revisit that fight once again, but at a higher point value.
That's right, we're playing combat forces, which means we have 1,000 points to work with and we get to field strategic choices. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
And to ensure that it is a bloodbath, we are going to just once again do the first scenario, let battle begin, because this is like a test match and we just want to see how this is gonna go.
Exactly, we just want to stress test these armies just to see how brutal this matchup can be with suppression versus raw power.
I will, of course, once again be playing as the Freeborn.
And I'll be playing as the Ghar. In addition, we have an affiliate link right beneath this video that if you click, we'll get a small commission when you purchase anything from the Warlord store. And we have our Patreon campaign, which is the absolute best way to support this channel.
Our Patreons now have access to a brand new feature, which are Patreon-only development vlogs, in which Sergey and I kind of just have like a conversational video that explains what we're working on behind the scenes.
This is my 1,000 point Ghar combat force. In any combat force, you must have 3 tactical choices. You may have up to 5. You may have up to 2 support choices, 1 strategic, and up to 2 auxiliary choices. Starting off, as all Ghar lists do, I have a battle squad. They are 184 points base, but of course I've spent 30 points, 10 each, to give them all plasma amps. I have then taken a outcast squad at 42 points. And 42 points more for a second outcast squad. Moving on to my support choices, I have taken an attack scudder squad. Finishing off my support choices, I have the Ghar command crawler. It is 242 points base, but I have spent 10 extra points to give it a plasma amp. For my strategic choice, I have taken my bombardment crawler. It is 268 points total, 10 of which is spent on its plasma amp. This little fellow standing right next to him is my munitions scudder. Unfortunately, he cannot be attached because I need 8 units in order to field 2 limited choices, but he is 26 points base with 10 points spent on his plasma amp. And my final auxiliary choice is my Tectorus squad led by Clarence. He is the ultimate intactor devices. They are 20 points total, and they're just the best 20 points that you can ever spend. This entire force is 1,000 points and is represented by 10 going all the way up to 15 order die.
And here we have my Freeborn 1,000 point combat force, so large that Sergey had to use the handheld gimbal. Now, in all Freeborn combat forces, you have to have a whopping 5 tactical choices, but you can have up to 7 if you so choose. You have to have a single support choice, but you can have up to 5. You can only have a single strategic, but you can have up to 2 auxiliary choices. For the first tactical choice, I'm starting off with a Vardnari squad, naked at 126 points. And then behind that giant mass is 2 separate Damari squads. It's 97 points base, but I've spent 10 points so they each have a spotter drone, and 6 points so the leader has a plasma carbine, making each one of them 113 points. This second block of infantry is going to be 2 squads of ferals, because I ran out of points. They're 73 points base. I've given them all reflex ammo for 2 points each, and each of the leaders has a plasma pistol for a single point, making them 86 points total each. For my support choices, I've started off with 2 identical support teams rocking X launchers for free. They're 34 points base, but they each receive net ammo for 5 points, making them 39 points apiece. My last 2 support choices are 2 identical mag cannon teams. It's 34 points base again, but it's 10 points to take a mag gun, or mag cannon, and it's 10 points to have a spotter drone, which I've added to the unit, so it's 54 points apiece. My only strategic choice is going to be my brand new unit, the Solar Command Skimmer. It is 224 points as a base, and I've upgraded it for 20 points to have its unique weapon, the Mag Rack. That is an X launcher basically, and it's been upgraded to have net ammo for 5 points. And then the plasma light support is replacing the normal mag light support for another 20 points, meaning it's 269 total. The last choice is an auxiliary choice of targeter probes for 20 points. The entire army is 999 points and represented by 10 order dice. And here we have our battlefield for today. You'll notice right off the get, it looks very similar to our last battlefield, and that's because I used the last battlefield to inform the look of this battlefield. So before it was kind of like on the outskirts of a settlement, and we're kind of more into the interior of it. So right off the gate, you'll see we have a pretty large building in the center dominating the view. It's going to count as a normal building, and then right next door to it, it's going to have a solar field. Just like the area terrain we invented in the last report, it is going to provide +2 res, count as light area terrain, but require no agility tests when you are moving through it. And then we have one of our little light buildings. It's the exact same thing as the normal building, except it's only +1 to your res when you're within it. And then there is another regular building on this hill right over here. Now, speaking of hills, we have quite a few instances of high ground. The vehicles, once again, you're not going to get any res from being on top of them, but you can get on top of them and use them as high ground, and you can stand behind them and have them block line of sight. But we have more hills in this corner, as well as a few hills right here in this deployment zone. Now, it's important to note, Sergey and I always use a little bit of line of sight in addition to the normal Antares rules. And so it's important to note that this central building is going to count as being too tall to be seen by any other point of high ground. So if you're on this hill right here or any of the other hills, you cannot draw line of sight to that or over that central building. Now, as far as the area terrain, you'll see we have finally replaced the circular area terrain bases that we used for so long on this channel. They were great for when we needed them, but they were really annoying as far as the inorganic shape and how they did not create much of a dynamic footprint for our area terrain. We've replaced them with these that are much more organic in their shape, and I already love the way that they're affecting the visuals of the table. Now, as far as what the actual area terrain is, you'll see we have our favorite, the light forests all over the place. Those are going to be +2 res, count as light area terrain, and require an agility test to get through. We also have scrubland kind of on this side of the battlefield in 4 different spots. It's going to be +1 to your res, require an agility test to get through, and count as light area terrain. We also have a rocky ground, which has the exact same rules as the light forest on this side of the battlefield. And then we also have the roads. Now, we're going to actually have the roads count as the panhuman roads that me and Sergey invented. So whenever a unit uses an advanced order and moves from one point on the road to another point on the road, so you have to stay on the road, makes sense, gets an extra inch in their movement. If you're doing a run order, you get an extra D3 to your movement. But other than that, the battlefield is going to, just work how it looks. We're very excited to fight this fight. Let's get these models on the table.
Well, there are not too many surprises with this deployment. I have set up in a Ghar death line ready to trundle on down the field, firing my scour cannons. My outcasts are predictably cowering behind a truck, and my bombardment crawler is on a high pinnacle, ready to catapult bombs down on Kevin. Kevin has likewise taken up a peak position with his Vardanari. He's got his weapons team in this forest trying to hug some cover. He has his Solar Command Skimmer taking up a central position, giving it the option to kind of fight either flank of my army here. And then he has his Ferals very well out of sight behind this building, and his Damari and a weapons team a little bit more out in the open, but still within cover in this forest here. This is going to be a very swift and very decisive battle one way or the other.
Okay, going to turn 1, the Freeborn default have 12 order dice and the Ghar have 10, but are you amping anything, Sergey?
I'm amping everything.
Oh, that's 5 more dice, meaning the Ghar have 15. Now the distortion dice, which we did not forget, John Roberts, and hopefully it doesn't screw me. Turn 1, die 1, Freeborn.
All right, it's a noob move, but block.
Okay, fine. This is going back in the bar.
The barg.
The barg.
By the way, everyone, take a brief note of how cool our new bag is. Thank you, Night Silver.
Yeah, one of our patrons and his wife made us an amazing dice bag.
I'm very excited. I feel very. Damn it! Damn it! Oh hell!
That's why you don't use your block first. I'm gonna have that X launcher team fire at your bombardment crawler.
This is what I wanted to avoid.
Yep. I figured as much. Okay, this X launcher team off to the left flank on my orientation is going to be firing into that bombardment crawler. Whoop, with that ammunition. Of course, I'm only going to hit on a 1 or a 2 because overhead's always -2 and I'm at long range. And I hit, or I don't hit, I hit it's a 3. It deviates a D5. And so it's 3 inches. It still touches the back end. Since it's a vehicle, I still hit. Now that's a D3 plus 1 pins. Whoop. So 2. So 3 total pins for that shot.
Brutal.
I got screwed with initiative with deployment, but I'm gonna get the initiative.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Now it is you.
All right. I learned in the last game that I have to be proactive with my long range shots, so I'm gonna perform a following order with my command crawler.
Okay.
Advance 5 inches out.
Okay.
To right here. They're gonna follow, but I have to do this sequentially. So the command crawler will go first, firing 2 beams into Kevin's Vardanari on the hill.
Don't do that. They're just out in the open. We're gonna try a reaction. We know how good my luck is with that. There's a 70% chance. I would like them to run. Now there's boar mites. They're gonna screw everything up. I want them to run down the hill into this scrubland so that there's 2 pieces of area terrain blocking and like basically canceling out your attack. So let's see, 7 or lower. Oh,
okay, you did it.
I did it.
You did it. So those boar mites, by the way, are offended.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but whatever. So 10 inches would get me in there, but I do have to see if I can bridge the gap. Now granted, right here will
do you want
block
to sprint?
No, I'll be fine. Actually, you know what? I don't really need to.
Because if you screw yourself, it's gonna be bad.
No. Well, I mean, you'll be blocked if I go right here because of the 2 pieces of terrain. So I'm just gonna move them down 10 inches. So I lied. I actually do want to get to the scrubland. The +1 res is too good of a bonus to pass up, and I found a way. So they're going to be in there.
And the beauty of this move is that Kevin is now in terrain and has 2 pieces of intervening terrain, which auto whiffs my shot with the command crawler, so I cannot possibly hit him. That is a whiff, but I still have way more to go. I'm going to advance with my battle suits this time, and get them to a position where they can shoot at Kevin's X launcher team, which is really the most dangerous thing. You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, I redact that statement. I'm gonna shoot at the mag cannon. I lied. I am gonna shoot the X launcher. It's a scary line of guns over there. But I am at extreme range, and I'm shooting beams, which puts me at 3s to hit strike value 4. Oh, 2 hits.
Okay, 2 shots at strike value 4. I got one of my mans is gonna take it. No leader. It's res 6 up to 8 because of the force, down to 4 because of the gun, and then the actual X launcher itself is going to take the other hit. It only fails on a 10 because its res is 13. So I'm fine in both regards.
Wow.
But I do take a pin.
With Kevin running to cover, it kind of locks me up shooting at people on high ground. So these guys are in an awkward position because they can't really follow here. They can't really get through the terrain because they're large. So I'm going to do a suboptimal move here. Get one guy up on this hill so he'll be able to fire. The rest of the guys are kind of like...
Watch he'll kill the solar command
skimmer.
Yeah. That's who you're shooting at, correct?
Yeah, I can only reach the solar command skimmer, so I'm firing 1 single beam, and I really hope I just pop that guy's little head right off. Hitting on 3s. Hey!
Ooh. I fail on 10.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Oh, Ghar again.
Yes. I'll be using the battle suits to continue my advance. I am moving towards Kevin's weapons team that I shot before, and we already measured it out. I'm quite lucky, and I am just within range of my bombs, so I'm firing bombs downrange of them.
Okay. Yeah, there's a time to cut your losses. I'm going down because I already got 1 pin, and he's killed this whole unit with this shot before.
Nice. Ooh, but 1 is a lucky. That just means I get to
choose where the first hit
goes. Okay,
first,
cool.
you must generate the hits because I'm down, so you might not do any.
D4.
Huzzah!
Oh, damn!
Ghar again.
I'll be once again advancing with my command crawler. Unfortunately, I'm 1 inch out of shooting anything with effective range, so what I'm gonna do is fire at Kevin's weapons team here, and hit him with some beams. Hitting on 3s.
Yay! Come on, Freeborn. That's what I'm talking about. Well, since I haven't gone, like, ever, and Sergey's entire army is almost gone, I'm gonna move my targeter probes now, while he has targets that aren't. So, this guy is gonna whoop, attach to the battle suits. This guy is going to whoop, attach to the battle suits. And this one is going to whoop, attach to the battle suits. Now, this guy over here, I keep knocking the trees over, oh my lord.
You just broke one.
I literally just broke one. I don't know how far this one I didn't pre-measure, so it'll move towards his bombardment crawler. Ah! Kevin again. So, I will now use my solar command skimmer to do a fire order. Obviously, I have a pin, so I must pass him a 7 or lower. God bless America.
No, those gutters.
Yes, oh God, a 7 exactly.
Okay.
That's nerve-wracking. I can't get doing that. So lose the pin. Now I'm gonna be having 3 shots with a plasma light support. If I'm not mistaken, I should be at effective range. I am at 29. That means I have +3 to hit from the targeters, +1 for a fire order, which is on top of my 6, which means 10, but I'm shooting through the solar field, which is -2, so I'm gonna hit on 8. And then I also have a mag rack, which fires exactly like an X launcher. Okay, so the mag rack is a double overhead, so you fire it the same way. I'm gonna aim at this leader for that battlesuit unit, because it's touching this guy as well. I'm gonna hit on a 1, 2, or a 3. And I have a dud shot.
Yeah.
So it does nothing.
Thank goodness.
But I still get the plasma lights. Ooh, so I can't reroll a 10, but I do have a spotter drone, so I'll reroll my 8. So I hit twice. That means he has 2 saves he must pass.
And I'm good, but I do. Pin. Freeborn.
The solar command is going to perform the exact same firing order because I have the advantage. So, whoop, mag rack is going to aim at that center again. Whoop, 5. So I miss, but it's going to deviate a D5.
Yeah, so pretty much not.
So
not
it only deviates 1 inch this way. Now, you have to also, so 1 inch this way, which is going to be whoop, and then you flop it. So it's, oh my God, so it's going to flop like this.
Okay, so it hits.
So it's going to hit both
of
units,
them,
yeah. So each unit is going to automatically take a pin, but I generate a D3 extra pins, which is only 1. So I will choose to put the pin on the battle suits. So they're going to get 2. The vehicle is going to get 1, and then I get 3 shots at 7 with the plasma light support on the suits. 7's to hit. I rolled another 10. That's terrible, but I got a 6 and a 1. So I mean, it doesn't really matter.
It's
so
the same. 1 on a non-leader, but the 1 can like blow up, but it doesn't. So
you're fine, but you must take a leadership test because you've taken 3 pins and you have 3 people, and I shot you with a plasma light support.
And I'm good. Freeborn.
I will take this opportunity to fire my cannon into his battle suit since they are really not in a good position. My cannon is at effective range. I'm doing a fire order, and I have +3 from the targeter, so I'm hitting at a 9. I got a 2. So now it's a strike value 5 hit.
On my armor of 12, so I'm at 7s. And I'm good. But I do get a pin and have to test because I have models equal to, and I'm good.
Ghar.
I'm going to take this chance to maneuver my scutters. We're counting this as just kind of an Akko Taco hill, yeah. So this guy is going to get here, and here.
And then 1 will still just be behind the terrain.
Yep, 1 will be like right there.
Okay.
Ghar. And the final advance order with my command crawler, I will be shooting at Kevin's unpinned mag cannon, but there's a leadership roll. My leadership is 9. Oh! Okay, and I go down and do not lose the pin, so that is fantastically brutal.
Yes.
Freeborn.
My cannon will fire before it gets a chance to get killed. Gets a chance to get killed. And it's gonna be at 9s to hit as well because of those beautiful targeter probes. 2 again. So I hit. You get another strike value 5.
Good.
Now you have to take a.
Good. Wow, I've rolled a straight 2s on
That's
that.
so funny. You do get another pin.
Yes, I'm loaded up with pins.
It is going to be Freeborn. Okay, these guys that were pushed up against the bumper are going to do an advance order up onto this so that they can fire at that beleaguered unit of Ghar. Space Pineapple first with the Micro X launcher. I'm only hitting
some garbage.
Whatever. I'm only hitting on I think a 1 or a 2. So 7, so I miss. It's going to deviate a full D10 inches, but it's -3 because of those targeters. So 7 minus 3 is still 4, so it's absolutely gonna miss. And now I have just my regular guns. Okay, I got 5 mag guns and a plasma carbine hitting on 7s because of those beautiful charger probes. Huzzah! Okay.
That's pretty good.
I didn't even need the spotter drone. So, however you would like to take the hits.
So leader, non-leader. Oh! I get a leader reroll. I'm good.
Okay.
Regular guy.
Yes!
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh, you're so lucky!
I'm so lucky.
Okay, so then I have to take a command test. And I fail, so I am down and lost a guy. Brutal. I will be killing off the fellow with the targeter probe, because technically that makes Kevin me less attached to them, which is nice. But yeah, bad news bears for these guys here.
Ghar.
I'll be doing a recovery order with my bombardment crawler.
Where are you gonna do it?
I couldn't find a good place. And we're good. It's D6 plus 1, so I am at 0 pins.
Freeborn. The Damari I have on my far left flank are really only there to get punched by the bombardment crawler, so I'm going to do a run order and try to get them more towards that building over there. So first I will take an agility test, which I pass, and then I would like to do the full 15, so I will get sprint test, which is the same check, and I roll 2 again,
Nice.
So we're good.
Okay.
So I'm just going to move 15 inches.
You can enter the building if you would like
yeah.
to.
Well,
I don't know how fortuitous it would be.
No, because that just means you'll be able to shoot me. So I'll wait.
Kevin's final position.
Swoop. Freeborn again. My first feral squad is going to just be sprinting. Actually, I'll be on the... No, because I'll end up dying. So I'm going to sprint off the road into this solar field right over here.
That makes sense. And for those of you who forget, the solar field is the friendly terrain.
Yeah.
It's just a +1 to your res and no difficulty to get in.
Oh. Well, that's my sprint check, so I do have a pin.
Okay. Kevin's final position.
Ghar.
I've primed my bombard to shoot. I will be shooting Kevin's unpinned weapons team and using my space pineapple, which I never get to do.
Sure, long range, sure. 2's to hit.
2's to hit. 6.
Miss.
Deviating.
Only a D5.
A D5.
3 inches
so
in the
it's
7.
3. Yes. But then it also...
Has the overhead.
Yeah, I don't have a ruler, so
That's fine. Well, just roll to see where it's going to flop.
Okay.
So it flops back.
So it'll go like here, and then flop like here. Well, it flipped, and then it flopped like right to here, and totally whipped. So that is terrible for me. They can feel the flames lick at their backsides as...
That's a huge explosion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Me again, I'm going to perform another firing order with the same guys, but I'm going into this more dense area here.
Okay.
So
So you're gonna only hit on a 1 this time.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
Okay, so it's a D10 hits.
But well, you can keep the 6, but see where it deviates. Remember it.
Well, I rolled a 1, it doesn't deviate at all.
Well, it's a double overhead.
Let's double check how that works. So yes, you always roll the second deviation with an overhead 2. This is the locked in position, and then it deviates from there
To behind it.
to behind it.
Okay.
So it's just going to
I
hit
got
this
lucky
one
this
unit
time.
6 times. Well, I don't know. They just got hit 6 times. We'll see.
Well, it's strike value 2. I'd rather have only 1 unit hit it.
That's fair.
Okay, that's 6 hits allocated evenly. I have 1 individual, but all of the saves are going to be on 4s because he's strike value 2. So, oh my god, my first person is okay. My second person
Is what?
is also
the hell?
okay.
Okay.
But the gun,
Is okay.
fine.
Okay, so there's whether.
what? Well, they get 2 pins though.
Oh.
So
two
I
hits.
have only 2 individuals, so I have to test to see if I go down. My leadership is 8, and I don't go down.
All right.
I rolled 4s 7
Okay.
times just now.
That's
I don't know.
cool.
I don't know how many times yet.
Nearly forgot you can always split fire when you're doing a firing order with a vehicle, and these guys are within range of my scour cannons, so I'm shooting them twice and hitting them not 1 time. Ah, that's not good timing for me. Distortion. Come on, who is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll put it on the munition scutter.
That's true.
That's
he doesn't
pretty-
need to leave where he is right now, so that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, we'll
Alright,
pull the
just,
next dice.
Yeah, keep it rolling. It's me, and it's the outcast sprint time.
Okay.
Sprinting with outcast. Yeah. Once again, the truck is just a weirdly shaped hill.
They can just scramble right over.
Yep, so they'll get right to there, but it is a sprint test. Yeah, the dice is really far away. Aha! Oh, of course. And I've rolled a
Just
pin,
one pin.
but it's really not that big of a deal.
Sergey's outcast final position.
That was so weak. But it's me.
Are you gonna copy with the outcast?
Yeah, I think just outcast sprinting jamboree. So
roll them bones.
we're gonna go right up to here. I'll spread out a little bit, so I'm not like
Super easy to murder.
And I'll roll a sprint check. And
No, you
so I'm
passed
good.
that time. Yep, so you're good.
Freeborn.
I have so many units, I don't know what to do with this. I don't want to run forward and be inside the building because I'm just going to be a shooting gallery, so I'm going to have them advance over here because they can see a few of his dudes in the open. I might be able to do a few pop shots, who knows. My Freeborn are in their final position, being able to draw a line of sight to these two individuals. I technically have an X launcher and it can't draw a line of sight, so I'll just blind fire, which means I only hit on a 1. That's a D3, okay.
Pretty likely to get a 1 on a D3.
So 7, so
Did it
nothing, which means I just have 2 shots that are gonna hit on a 4s.
Yeah.
And that's a D3 again. So neither
Both
hit. We're
miss.
good.
Okay. I have the final 2 dice. What will I do? I'll be using my munition scutter that has 1 dice left. He's going to hop up onto this hill and fire at Kevin's unit that is fired at me. I'm shooting at beams and hitting on 3s. Hit.
So I'm gonna take it on a normal guy, obviously. Their armor is down to 2. So he is dead.
Yes,
Take a
I
pin.
finally killed someone. With my final dice, I'm gonna move my Tectorists. They didn't really come into play yet, but they are going to start Tectoring him good.
My weapons team is the only thing that's down. They have an 8 command, so I need a 7 or lower. I got a 6, so I lose the pin and I get the dice back. Now on Sergey's end,
Okay,
they are down
I have
and
9 command because of this fellow here, so it's a 30% chance. No, but they do lose their pin. But it's a burnout, so this is a 50-50, and they do burn out. This guy burn out. He's fine.
That's good.
That's very good.
Scudder?
Burnouts on the Scudder. They're good. Burnouts on the Scudder squad. It's very cocked. They're bad, so they lose theirs, and then burnout on the bombardment crawler. He's good.
Okay. So all the ones that you wanted to keep for Sherzies.
Almost forgot, I got distorted. So he, I think it's up. I'm pretty sure he's command 8. Nope, command 7. Not a great turn for the Ghar. Shots ring out across the battlefield and plasma fire rages, but the nimble-footed Freeborn managed to avoid a fiery doom. And they even managed to suppress a noble Ghar warrior squad. Are they going to be the victors of the day?
The Ghar have lost 2 dice to burnouts and have 2 dice on the field. So they have 11 in the bag, and the Freeborn still have 12. And the distortion dice still looms ever present. Ghar gets turn 2 rather.
I'm performing a firing order with my Yet Amps bombardment crawler.
Okay.
It's going to go all the way over here and place a pineapple on this unit, and because it's within range, it'll place some shots with its lasers on that unit there.
Makes sense.
1s to hit. Nope, and it deviates just 1 inch, so it's gonna hit both of them and then flop, meaningless direction, so it'll hit both of those 2 units.
So they're both gonna get a pin, and they're both gonna get 2 pins?
Yep, 2 pins. It'll only be 3 hits. I'll allocate 2 to the X launcher and 1 to the mag cannon.
2 on the mag cannon is 1 regular person and 1 gun. And these are beams, you said? No. This is strike value 2.
Yeah.
So both are fine.
They're invincible.
But they have 2 pins, which is not good. So they're gonna have to take a save, and they pass because they
pass because they're invincible. Okay.
And now the other one is taking it on the X launcher.
Oh!
I blow up.
They are very invincible. Okay.
Yeah, so you blow up the X launcher.
And they take 2 pins, which means they have to test. And they're fine.
They're fine.
And shooting at Kevin with my beams. Tectorist reroll. Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
All right, so 2 hits.
So I have
+1, -4.
Well, no, I get +2 for the solar field. So
I thought the solar field was +1.
Nope, +2. It's just like a forest. So
that's fair.
I'm up to 8 -4 is 4s.
What the hell? How is
But I
this
take a
possible?
pin.
God, you're tougher than my Ghar.
Well, this gun is blown up, and these rounds don't matter anymore. But hey, I got a unit of pistoliers.
That's true.
Freeborn. My cannon, before it gets basically rendered useless, is gonna fire into your command crawler. 5 to hit. I miss. I get 1 reroll because of the spotter, and I hit.
Okay.
So,
I'm good.
and you get a pin.
Ghar, it's the bombardment crawler again.
I figured as much.
I'll be placing my pineapple right here. 1 or 2 hits. And I miss, but it deviates.
Nice. That's 2 inches. No, 3 inches.
3 inches. Oh, so what happens if it goes off the field? Does it still, can it still flop back?
Well, yeah, it's overhead twice. It might.
Okay, so.
Ooh, I can't see that. I'm sorry.
So it goes like here, and then flops to here.
I think that still hits.
6 hits.
Okay, so it's 2 again. So the first member of the team fails both, so it's dead. The second member fails both, so it's dead. So you kill that unit.
Alright, that's what I like to see. Oh.
Hang on.
It'll be 2 beam shots on these guys here, and both miss real hard, but I do have a tech tourist, which makes it miss even harder.
Huzzah!
Tech tourist is giving me bad info. Ghar. I'll be advancing with my scutters. It has come. I am in effective range, which is where the Ghar really love to be, and I'll be shooting at Kevin's unit within the solar field. 5s to hit. Good shooting, and nope. So it's 2d4 hits. It's like shooting magic missiles. 3 and 1, so it'll be 4 total.
So only the leader
your
fails.
saves are so good.
And the leader's
What's wrong
fine.
with you?
But I do take 2 pins.
Ghar! Yes. For my final fire order with my bombardment crawler, which has been very good this turn, I will place it in the same spot. And I'm also going to fire beams once again into that unit there.
Yeah, you're gonna eventually die.
It's a pretty
just from
easy order.
Volume fire.
Yep. Volume fire with strike value 4 weapons though. Oh!
Well,
But
I can't curse like that, but
I do have a munition cutter, meaning I do not run out of ammo, which is the operative thing here. But then 2 shots into these guys.
And you're getting on 4s.
Another
10 and another 8. That's what you rolled last time.
I do get to reroll the 8, and I
you
get a 1.
Just the leader.
The X launcher, definitely.
One guy gets a 4. I'm gonna have it on the leader, of course.
No, it's a lucky.
Well.
So it's on the X launcher. The X
Launcher is dead. Yeah. And then I have a 4th pin, which means I have to pass on a.
No, you actually don't have to test because you don't have pins equal to 2 people.
Ghar again!
Yes.
I'm so screwed.
I'll be performing a firing order with my scudder. I really want to force these guys down.
My 4 barrels.
Let's see here. Hitting on 5s.
That hits.
And boop, boop, boop. Right there.
I still
Oh, you still.
But I have a.
Wait,
5.
no. What's your command?
Because it's. No, my res is 8 minus 4.
Oh, you passed the res.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking.
So my command is 3 or lower. And I'm
So
not,
you
I
go.
don't. So
All right, I'll
I
take
do go
that.
down.
I took a dice out of the bag. I'm happy. This is turning around.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Oh no! I'm gonna move my Tectorus, mostly because I really want to ice cream scoop this pocket out.
Yeah.
And I am not doing that very effectively at the moment. So my Tectorus will get there. This Tectorus
Yeah, you want him to move a little bit too.
will get right over here. I'm very good at hiding Tectorus.
Right there in the center.
There he is. Actually, he's in a pretty. I'll put him in the building.
Yep. So you
So
get that red.
he gets that res bonus.
Cool.
Well, no, then you can charge him if you go into the building.
Oh,
I'll put him in the small building right here.
There you go. Well,
that doesn't count. he'll stay where he is. He's indecisive. He's having a hard day. Freeborn rebuttal.
I'm just gonna do a recovery order on the cannon to see if it won't die. And I pass. And I only lose 2 pins.
It's something.
Freeborn again. I will have my targeter probes move to attach themselves to your scudder squad.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Freeborn again. Okay, I'm glad about that. The Vardanari, which found a way into this scrub, are gonna find their way back out. And so they're just gonna literally conga line over. They will now advance fire everything they got into the scudders that have 2 target probes on them. I'm at 5s, -1 for long range, +2 for the target probes, meaning I hit on 6s. Okay, all all but 2 miss. So
Do you have a
get-
spotter?
No. I
No.
don't.
Okay,
So
never
that
mind.
is against your 3.
So I'll take 2 on the leader and 1 on each regular
Strike
guy.
value is 2.
Good.
Good.
Regular guy. Good. Regular guy. Good.
Good.
But I do get a pin. Ghar. First things first, my notoriously cowardly Ghar have to do a command test.
They passed.
And they passed. Okay. Also, cool thing is we're using panhuman roads, which means I get
Advance
plus
of 6
1
inches.
inch on my advance, so I can get right on over to here and unload the salvo that is lugger fire into Kevin's unit down the range. 4s to hit, 12 shots.
You do get a Tector reroll still.
I do. So miss. Not great, but I do get a reroll
Hey.
and a hit.
5 hits.
One of the luckies will go on your. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no
It doesn't
matter. I have 5 guys, so.
I have 6s. So the X launcher is dead.
All right.
But everybody else is fine, and I get a additional pin. Freeborn. My Domari on the truck will do another fire order with everything into that last 2 battle suits.
So far, they've been lucky. They're the one who killed.
First Micro X on the leader. I'm going to only hit on a 1, 2, or 3. And I got a 1, so I'm
Oh,
good.
nice.
The lucky doesn't, well, it matters if I might blow him up, but it
Sure.
causes a D3 strike value. 0 hits. Or is it a D4? It's a D4, whoops.
Oh, 3.
Yep,
Okay,
so-
but it's halved because I'm down.
Exactly, so it's only going to be 1, and then I get all my other shots. Everything hitting on 7. So I can't reroll a 0, but I can reroll the 8. So I got 4 hits with a plasma carbine being one of those on 2 individuals, and then you have a strike value 0 hit as well.
Okay, so it's gonna look like this. My leader is good all the way around. Oh wait, you needed to reroll all of these because
Oh, yeah, you're down. Yep. Okay, sorry. Not the black one. So,
the black one is locked in.
so that's still and all these. Everything. Oh, that's a 0. Dang.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's horrible. Okay.
leader. Oh man, I shouldn't have made you reroll it. That's
You get a reroll.
That's
though.
my fault. I reset the RNG. I tempted the fates, and then these guys. Yeah! I did it! I did it! I made you reroll and I screwed myself.
Okay, so you do take a pin because you got killed,
Yeah.
and you have to take a test on 9 minus 6. So you fail
I-
and you are out.
Yep, because I'm. Yep.
You only have
killed
1
me.
guy left.
Oh.
Woo! Yeah, I got an explosion too.
Yeah.
Mine's not as blue.
No, yours are all fiery, which is cool.
The Damari Ghar Hunters able to kill 2 battle suits with freaking just mag guns.
It's like killing a rhinoceros with a pebble. Freeborn.
Okay, I got 4 people over here that are gonna get wiped out if I can't get them to do something. I have to roll a 5 though to get up, or well, pass the order. So sweet. So I lose
Oh,
one
nice,
of the
you did.
pins, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing Sergey did, except well, I'm doing fire. So I'll do a fire order. So
You
I'll
could
cancel out my
technically,
pin.
you could. You're on the road. You could charge him.
That would be a fool's errand.
That would be really dumb, but I would like you to do it.
So I'm just gonna fire with everything in there because I know I'm effective.
Yep.
4. Nice. Okay, so 2 mag guns hits and a plasma pistol hit.
Do you have a spotter?
No.
No. Okay. So you know what? I'll take the plasma on the leader. He's brave
And dead.
and stupid.
My pass watch.
Yes.
damn you.
Yes. Crag, plasma eater.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay,
Alright.
so yeah, that's 2 of them dead.
Well, the rest of Crag Plasma Eater's cohorts were not impressed with his bravery, and they are dead.
Ghar.
I'll be running into the building with these Ghar, and they'll be teleporting as per
Yes, the weird
Antares
building rules.
to right around here. They're like just gonna kind of take up the edges of the building here.
Yeah.
Freeborn.
I'm just straight up not happy with you anymore. I'm gonna do a fire order with everything I got into those dudes that just jumped into the building.
You're a coward. Charge me.
So the space pineapple is aimed at the center of the building.
I'm gonna
so
go out on a
I guess I
limb
could.
and say it hits.
I was gonna say, I was like, I could technically roll a dud, which
No,
I
you
don't.
don't,
So
okay.
it's gonna.
Yeah, no matter how far you deviate, you're good.
Well,
No, that still hits.
first that X launcher hit generates 2 strike value 0 hit. So we'll just put those off to the side. Whoop. And then I have 4 a plasma carbine. They're normally hitting on 6s, but you're in a building, so I'm hitting on 5s because it's -1. And I do have a spotter reroll. I can't reroll a 10, so I'll try to reroll this 8. Whoop. So I have 2 luckies, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just have that. And so 1 strike value 2, the rest are strike value 1. And you get +3 to your res, so they have 7 res.
My leader will take one of the strike value 0s, and he's fine. This is another strike value 0, and he's fine. These 3 are all strike value 1, but I get my building res, so I'm all the way up to 6s. Yeah.
Normal panhuman. Oh, 2 dies still.
All right. They don't like being in buildings. They're outdoor gremlins. And then that one is a definite death. Okay, so I lost 3 dudes.
So you must take a leadership test because you lost half of your guys in 1 round of shooting.
We're not scared of you.
And you're not.
Yeah.
So you got 1 pin but lost 3 men. They thought the building would make them safe.
It did not. Freeborn.
I'm going to try to use my 2 newly minted pistoliers. I have to roll a 6 or lower. And I don't.
Yep.
So I lose a pin and I go down. Ghar.
I'm going to attempt an advance with my command crawler. I need a 7, and I get it. Lose a pin. And I will be firing downrange into Kevin's mag cannon that has 2 pins. This is my final position, and I will be firing bombs at long range, making me hit on 4s down to 3s because of my pin. I get a reroll. Nope. Whiff. Freeborn.
So it just comes to this, the duel of commanders. I will be doing a fire order into the command crawler. Space pineapple right in the direct center. I need to roll a 1, 2, or 3, and I fail. It's going to deviate a D5 inches, which is 3 inches this way, and then it's gonna flop back this way. So I don't know if it's gonna hit. I misspoke, it was 4 inches, and so it totally misses, but I still have the plasma light support. So my accuracy is 6, brought down to 5 because of rapid fire, brought down to 4 because of the terrain, but then brought back up to 5 for the fire order. So I only hit once. I have a spotter drone. Oh. So I hit twice, and 1 is a lucky. Ghar.
I'm going to do a firing order. This command crawler will be firing at the mag cannon way on over yonder. I need a 7 or lower to get up, and I do, so I will be performing that firing order. This time I will be at 4s to hit. 1 hit, detector's reroll, 1 hit, so it will be...
What is it, a beam or a bomb?
A bomb, yeah. Always bombs with me, most likely. 3 hits.
The 2 people and the gun take 1. They don't get any of the res from the terrain, so...
Ooh, 2 deaths.
No, just 1 dead, because it's 6 minus 1 is 5. Or, yeah, minus 1 is 5. So
oh, yeah, I'm thinking...
Pass, 1 dies. That gives me a 3rd pin. And I'm not down, so I'm down now. The last Freeborn dice.
Oof.
I will perform another fire against the command crawler. So first, the overhead, hitting on a 1, 2, or a 3. Whoop. Which it doesn't. It's going to deviate 4 inches that way, so it's going to miss. But it's a double overhead. Yeah, it's going to whiff no matter what. Yep. And then I get 3 shots against it with plasma light. Same as before, I'm hitting on 5. I have a single reroll from the spotter. So you have to contend with 3 shots this time, only failing on 10s.
I'll get
another pin, which is 2 pins again.
It's me.
Oh, that means the last dice is the
distortion. I'm gonna play it super duper safe right now and just do recovery to put myself to no pins. Recovery order. And I'm good, and I lose all my pins, so it's a fresh start going into the next turn. Now we do have a bunch of down orders and a bunch of recovery or burnout orders. So burnout on the command crawler. Damn, burns out. Down order first on my munitions scanner. I'm gonna roll right here. He gets up, but then he tries to burn out, and it's super cocked. You want to call that?
No, that's a burnout. That's
okay. And then burnout up here.
Yay.
Yes, he does burn out. That's brutal, and I think that's it. You got some downs, right?
Yeah, I got downs right here with 5 total pins. My command is only 7, so I got a 1 or a 2, and I don't, so I stay down, keep a pin. And then both of my teams are down. I got 1 pin with the 2 dudes and pistols, and they're good. And then the cannon team right next door with 3 pins is actually good. So, but I still have 2 pins with them. And that is all my down orders.
What started off as an early Freeborn lead has led to a resurgence of Ghar plasma fire. But there are casualties on both sides. This is still any man's battle.
Going into turn 3, we have evened it out with 10 on each side. The distortion dice will affect the first dice pulled.
Oh, the Ghar get the distortion.
I mean, you got plenty of units
it's fine.
that are,
You know what? I'm just gonna put these guys down in the building and make them like ironclad Ghar outcasts.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, who goes first?
Next dice. Freeborn.
My 2-pin cannon is going to just try to fire at the command crawler because I might as well, but I have to pass on a 6 or lower for a leadership test. And I don't, so I lose a pin and I go down. Freeborn again. I will do the exact same order. Fire order, which means I'm up to 6s to hit on that crawler. 6s to hit. And I hit. So it's a strike value 5 on the command crawler.
I'm good.
You're good, so you get 1 pin.
Freeborn.
My solar command is going to fire at his command crawler. Pineapple go down first. I'm hitting on a 1, 2, or 3. And it's a dud.
Dud. Brutal.
4's a hit. 1 miss. 1 miss. So 2 hits. And you're good with a pin. Freeborn again. Bard and Ari are going to take some shots at the Scudders again with a fire order. I have +2 because of the targeter probes. Which means my normal 5 goes up to 7s. 7s. I don't get a reroll, but it don't matter because I hit 4 times. So you have 4 on your 3 Scudders at strike value 2, so you fail on a 9 or a 10.
Nope, fail that.
Nope,
I'm good.
Yay, I killed 1.
Killed 1 and gave me a pin.
means you have 2
will have to
pins.
take a command test.
Oh.
I go down. Oh. And that frees up this target probe. Yep. Freeborn?
Wow.
Again?
I'm gonna try with my feral to do a fire order. I have to get a 6 or lower, and I got a 1, so I'm good. Take that away, and now I'm gonna fire with 3 mag guns and a plasma pistol into those poor Ghar. The mag guns hit on 6, the pistol hits on 5. And I don't get any rerolls. So unfortunately the pistol doesn't hit, but the mag guns are all on point. So you have strike value 1s to contend with, Sergey, and you still have a leader. Your saves are 3s.
Hey! No. Okay.
So 2 die, giving you 1 pin, and you have only 2 guys, so you need to do a save.
We're gone. We're gone because we're command 7 down to 5.
Well, 6 because his leader died.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're totally off the field. That's 1 step closer to him breaking me, but I think I'm still pretty okay. Finally, Ghar. I'm going to advance with my Scudders, and I'm good.
Okay.
So I will advance right on over to here.
Which is 6 inches once again because you have the road.
And I will fire at somebody. Give me a second to think. I don't really have that many great shots, so I will try to execute this unit here that's in the
With
field.
bombs?
Yeah, but always bombs.
Yep.
Pretty much my default is bombs. 5s. 2 hits. One's a lucky.
So you're gonna generate 2d4.
2d4 hits. Once again, magic missiles. That's a 1.
Which is nothing.
And a 1. That's great. Yep, so
dice
because you're
individually?
down, yep, so I hit you 0 times. Ghar again. Firing order with the bombardment crawler. Kevin has inched into my range over here, so I'm going to fire 2 beams into this unit here, and then way over on the other side of the field, I'm going to fire my bomb.
God, I hope hamburger meat's not on the menu.
Pineapple, I'll put it right here. 1 or, oh,
Hey.
1, okay, D10 hits. 4 only, that's not that great, but
strike value
it's strike
2.
value 2, so I'm assuming you're going to take 1 on the leader.
Yeah. So my res is unfortunately brought down to 2 with my Gardener. Oh!
Those are the rolls I've been looking for. Okay.
Okay, so the leader gets to re-roll, but he did! So he just
Alright.
killed 4 people.
No, 3.
Or 3
You
people,
rolled
sorry,
1,
3.
but
But
you
that
did
is
take 2
half of
hits.
my unit in one go. My leadership is normally 8. And you took the whole unit
Yes,
out.
that is what I
Ugh.
expected the whole game from this crawler.
They were plucky. They were brave.
And now
They're
they're
dead,
on fire. Yep. And on that other unit, it's 6s minus 2 to 4s, double 9s, and they do have a Tectorus near them, and it's a miss. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'm fine with it. Ghar again. The driver of my bombardment crawler is friends with Card Plasma Eater, and he will
Yes.
avenge his death. I am actually going to both place my pineapple and place both lasers on this unit. So
you don't
it's-
like them.
I don't. I'm sick of their shenanigans.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna place it right here. 1s and 2s. Oh, wow. I'm doing
2
great
hits,
with
yeah.
that. the most cocked dice in all of Cockstone.
Sorry, my roads suck.
They look cool.
So-
8 hits.
Woo!
Well, the way this is gonna play out is I have to have everybody take 2, and it is res 6 down to 4s. So the leader,
Is almost fine.
oh my God, so
Okay.
leader lives, but his buddy next door turns to a smoking ruin. Next guy is dead twice over, and the last guy also doesn't jump out of the way in time. So I only have one guy. I have 1 pin.
He's good,
And
but
he's alive, but
he's
you
got
do have-
2 lasers coming to shear
And he
his
shoots out
face
the
off.
way. So one hits,
hits,
1 misses. We get a reroll.
2 hits.
2.
He's got 2
God.
strike value 4
Oh
hits.
God. Well,
Can he be named Laserface?
no, he fails
Okay.
twice.
He's
So
gone.
he is smoked.
Oh, another unit is reduced to a cloud of burning plasma.
Freeborn.
Targeters.
Everyone should be very appreciative of me and Kevin's excellent mouth sound effects this battle report. That's how you can tell it's high production value.
Me again. I will be performing a fire order now with my truck boys. They're the ones that are doing the best, and they're gonna try to
Truck Boys.
murder them scutters. Aiming at that one right there. I'm gonna hit on a 1, 2, I think a 1 or 2, or I think that's it, yeah. So 7 misses, but I deviate a D5 -3, which means
So you definitely hit me.
I hit you directly, and it causes 2 strike value 0 hits. Woohoo! Shaking your boots. So unfortunately, I'm still at long range, but I have 4 mag guns and a plasma carbine with a spotter drone. That means these 2 miss. All of these hit though, and I gotta reroll 1. That still misses. So you have a plasma carbine, that's strike value 2, and 2 strike value 1s for your scutters.
Leader, taking a plasma carbine, he's good. Taking a regular shot, also good. Regular dude, also good. But I do get a pin, and I've got
Just 1 pin.
just 1 pin. All right, I'm solid. Gar, munition scutter time.
There we go.
I've advanced just to the edge of this pinnacle. Hopefully I can get within 30. And I do. Shooting my rapid fire shots. I really want to get those pins on those guys.
Great.
3s to hit. I've been pretty accurate this game. That's 1 hit, and
You
that's
get a
all I
reroll.
care about. Oh yeah, Tector's reroll. No, it doesn't matter.
So I still have a leader? Yes, I still have a leader. So I am up to res 8 from the terrain, but you have strike value 2, so I'm back down to 6. And I fail.
Fail again.
I didn't
Yes.
fail again!
my
Oh,
God.
the leader's dead! And that means that that's the qualified person in the squad. So I have 5 pins, I must roll. Oh,
Well, you're still good.
I'm still good. Gar.
For that order, I'll be punting to my Tectorus with much dexterity and grace. And then...
And they're not even moving, you're saying?
No, they're not even gonna move. And it's Freeborn again.
Cool. This unit is once again going to waste into the outcast in the building because why not? I'm going to do a fire order. First, it's the pineapple.
They'll be protected by the warm embrace of their distortion die.
So since all I have to do is hit the building, I'm going to aim at the middle of the building. And wait, I'm at. Oh yeah, you're allowed to target the building. Yep.
Well, it's amorphous because my guys are are both nowhere and everywhere in there
Exactly.
at the moment.
So I'm only going to hit on a 1, 2, or 3, which I'll try to put right here. 1.
Hey,
Perfect.
you actually did roll in a gutter too.
So and then it causes a D4 strike value 0 hits.
Okay.
4. Okay,
Oof.
we're gonna get a start. Okay, so let's see what happens. So I've already got 4 strike value 0s. Everything else is hitting on 6s. So, oh, you know what? You're down. So this actually was just 2 strike value 0s.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I halved.
You're right.
I screwed it up. So I can't re-roll a 0. Everything else hit, but I do have to re-roll it. And so, unfortunately, I missed 2 more times. But I've struck with we'll have this one, strike value 1, strike value 2, strike value 0. And there's
Okay.
3 people left, one of which is a leader.
The non-leaders will take strike value 0. Dead. No, dead because they ignore cover. Non-leader, dead. Leader will take the strike value 2. He's fine because of the building. And then this guy is a regular guy, but he's fine because of the building. So I lost 2 more people.
You have 2 pins, and you must test on.
Oh, I only had 3 people, so I did that a little awkwardly.
No, you didn't. You did great.
No, technically, yeah, it was right. So I've just my leaders left alive, is what this boils down to. And
Oh!
He is terrified. Gar. It's just my command crawler, that's all I got. Command crawler, I am going to attempt to perform a firing order onto Kevin's downed ferals, and I rolled a 2
So you
on my
lose a
command
pin?
test, and I lose a pin, and
you
I will
got
now
2
be
shots.
hitting them on 5s. Oh!
Jeez Louise, you gotta reroll though.
Oh
my God.
Oh, anticlimactic. Gar. Once again, I will be doing a command test with my command crawler.
What'd you get? I can't see. A 9? You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so he goes down, but he does lose his pen.
I have the last 2 order dice in the bag. The first thing I will be doing is my 2 pistoliers are not doing anything. So I'm gonna run away before they just get murdered. And I'm gonna have to take an agility test because they're in a little forest. I got a 9, so they can only go half out of it. They only have an inch, so
Get right behind that hill so I can't kill him. Yeah, that makes sense.
run. And then my last order dice is for me solar command. I don't know why I said that. It's going to advance, which is 6 inches on the roadway. So it's gonna move to right here. And then it's going to fire through the solar field because it's -3 from rapid fire in this, but guess what? I get +3 from the Detectorist. So, or the Detectorist of
Switch sides,
Yes.
the targeted probes.
Yeah,
But,
so I'm
who are
6
you
to
putting the
hit.
mag rack on?
Oh yes, that's right.
Well, you can't split fire. It has to all be on
Yeah, so it'll all be on them. So that means right here is the first thing I'll put on this one because it might flop over. I'm only gonna hit on a 1, 2, or a 3, and I
You
hit
hit on
exactly,
one.
and it flops backwards. So it's not gonna hit anything else. So it just hits them. It's going to cause a D3 +1 pins, which is
How do you cock a D3?
3. So they're gonna have 4
no.
total pins. Like I said, the plasma light restore is -3 +3, so I'm on 6s to hit. I missed twice. I do have a spotter drone. So I hit 2 times on 2 spotters. So you still have your leader. It's strike value 3, so you fail on 8 or above.
One
my-
dies. So
That's no extra pins, so it's 4 pins. Your leadership is 9 because of the commander, so you have 5 or below still.
Yep, we're not totally sure if this is correct, but I'm going to take a test here because he has a regular weapon and also a net weapon. And I fail and I'm gone. Whoops, me and Kevin both weirdly got into our head that this unit burned out, but he did not. So we're gonna give him his last order, and he will be firing all the way into this unit and just attempting to wipe him off the field. He's within close range, so I'm gonna be firing 3 shots. Not
Yep.
close range,
Effective range, yeah.
no, long range.
Long range. One of those ranges.
4 is to hit. 2 hits. Detectorist reroll. 2 hits.
2 regular guys, and unfortunately they're still fine because their res is up to 8, down to 6. So I pass on both. I only take 1 pin, which means I'm 1 pin away from auto breaking.
Down test.
2.
My mag cannon is down with 1 pin, and I'm good. My feral squad has leadership 7, but I get the 8 of my command crawler, because it's close by. I have 6 pins, so I lose a pin and stay down.
My actual command crawler is fine. The 1 is irrelevant.
And then you gotta do a burnout for the scudder.
Scudder. It finally does burn
Yeah.
out. It remains deadlocked. The corpses smolder under the explosions of both plasma and freeborn munitions. Who will reign supreme?
Going into turn 4, the Ghar have now been reduced to 7 order dice. The Freeborn have 9, and the distortion dice still in the bag. Okay. Ghar first.
My command crawler will be doing a firing order, and for the first time, he will be splitting his own fire. He'll be firing 1 bomb into both of Kevin's weapons teams over there, hopefully killing both. 5s. Oh, both hit. All right, so this will be for Kevin's 1-man unit. I hit it twice, and for Kevin's 2-man unit, I hit it just once.
Okay, so the 1 hit does not destroy the cannon but causes 2 pins for that team. So, but I'm fine. The other person, where it's just 1 guy and the gun, both are fine. But I do take 2 pins, and I have 2 pins in 1 person. And I'm fine, and I lose. Wait, do I lose a pin?
Yep.
Oh my lord! So 1 pin for that guy.
Staying alive, staying alive.
That model is very tough.
Freeborn. Truck boys are doing a firing order into those scutters once more.
And the scutters are... Actually, no, I'm not gonna go down. I was thinking about it, but you have so many
That's true.
thingies on me. Targeters.
Aiming at the main person, and I'm only gonna hit on like a 1 or a 2. Oh my god, I got hit on a 1 again.
All right.
That's ridiculous. So it's gonna cause a D4 strike value 0 hits. No, so only 1 strike value 0 hit was generated from that bomb, but everything else is hitting on 5s. No, I'm sorry. 8s. No, 7s. I'm sorry. So everything hit. This is the 0. Those are all 1, and that is 2.
Okay, this will be for the leader.
Yay.
All good.
Oh, dang it. Never mind.
No.
Good.
And for the non-leader, all good as well. But I do get a pin.
Tartar sauce. And you have 5 pins. Oh, you're down.
So I'm down, yeah.
Freeborn again. I must get a 7 or lower to perform a fire order with my cannon. I got a 1, of course.
Of
So
course
we're
you
gonna do
did.
that, and then it's gonna fire into the scutters. So I have 1 shot. Might as well just roll it right here. I'm at +4 -1, so I'm actually hitting on a freaking 8. So I hit on an 8. I have to re-roll because they're down, and I got a 4. And so you must pass a. I'm sorry, that's a horrible res test of 5, and you fail on the leader. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And you're good. But you do take a 6th pin. You can test on leadership, whatever.
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Freeborn again. I'm going to do the same thing with the other
Oh
cannon.
my goodness.
I must now pass on a 6 or lower, which I do with a 2.
Yep.
So once again, I'm just going to roll over here. So now I need a 7 to hit because I have a pin. So 3 hits.
Yep.
I have to reroll because you're down. Oh.
Hmm.
And I still hit. So
Okay.
once again, on your leader, I'm assuming. So he's fine.
good,
But I
and
got
then-
7 pins.
I rolled a 1, so I removed that, but you take that pin out of here. We are both invincible. This game will never end.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did and do that double fire order.
Yeah.
My command crawler, once again, firing into both of these units. It's 5s on each one. Both hit.
Both hit.
And it'll be a D4
On which
on
unit?
the 1-person unit. 1. And the 2-person unit. 2.
So 2-person unit is fine in both accounts. 1-person unit. Well, that's the gun. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Is fine. But they both take 2 pins. The 2-man unit has 3 pins, and so fails and is down. The 1-man unit has 2 pins, and so is fine and remains up. Freeborn again. These dudes can't see anything where they're at. Well, and so they're gonna advance. And so we're gonna basically see these dudes go to a right about here. And they're gonna take their turn shooting at the scutters with -1 dude. I'm only gonna hit on like a 1 or a 2. I miss on an 8. It deviates the full 10 inches -3, so 2 -3, so it hits directly. And it causes, well, that's not even the right dice. So we're just gonna go to the other table. D4 is the correct dice. So there are 3 strike value 0 hits, but they are down, so that translates into 1. And then I must hit with everybody else, which are hitting on 8s, because it's 5 + 3. And that means everything hits, but I have to re-roll everything because they're down. And that means, oh, of course, just the plasma carbine, which I wanted, fails. So you are not going to take a pin, but hopefully I kill one of you.
No, I'll still take a pin. I'm only.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. This will be my leader. We're good. Regular guy. Good. Command test.
7th pin.
I go down
Again.
again.
Oh, you take 8 pins. You have 8 command. You're done.
Oh, yep. They're finally dead.
Woohoo!
Destroyed.
Ow! Finally, that took literally thousands of shots.
Nobody can die this game. Ghar. I'll be firing with my bombardment crawler. I will put 2 lasers into this unit here,
Okay.
and I'll put my bomb into that unit there. And
Dastardly man.
hopefully kill the Ghar Slayers. Putting it on this guy, only hitting on 1s. Miss, then deviate. Just like nothing.
Yeah.
And it flops, but it doesn't matter. Can't possibly
So
hit
how many
anyone
hits
else.
do you generate?
A D10. 9!
So there's 9 total hits. That means 3 of my 6 have to take 2 hits, and it's all strike value 2. So I'm gonna start with my leader, which will take 2 and gets a reroll. And I got a 3 and a 2, so they're fine. The one normal person is gonna take 2, a 1 and a 5, so unfortunately they are dead. The next normal person that has to take 2, it's a 6, so they're dead. So that's 2 dead. That means I have 3 more. One of which is my X launcher. And all 3 of them are fine, Sergey? All 3 of them! So I lost 2 individuals and took 2 pins, so I don't even have to take a test.
I still have 2 shots on Kevin's unit in the solar field. Hitting on, missing both of them, re-rolling, and hitting once.
So it's strike value 4, bringing me down to res 4 because of my terrain.
Yep.
Oh wait, I'm down. You have to re-roll that hit.
Oh, come on.
Yes!
Oh, come on, okay.
With me!
Me again, I'm going to do the same order, I think,
Okay.
yeah. Placing the pineapple right here, rolling to hit, cocking the dice significantly, missing, and then scattering.
1
just
inch.
Nothing.
Yeah,
And
so-
it doesn't matter where it flops. And so I do this many hits.
3 hits and strike value 2. I still have a leader, so it's going to be the leader and the only regular folks left. I have only 6, so the 2 regulars fail. The leader is fine, which means I have 4 pins and only 2 individuals left in the unit. And they're still fine. They're still on the field.
2 shots into the solar panel, guys. I am at 4s. Yep, so
Yeah.
missing
But you get to reroll your textures.
and missing. Freeborn.
All of my targeters that are not already on the command crawler are going to switch gears and attach themselves to the scutter on the hill.
Makes a lot of sense.
Ah, Ghar.
Well, the only smart thing to do here is just to move here and hide so Kevin cannot win the game unless he kills one of my vehicles.
That's what I figured, yeah. Using my Mentat calculations, my army is shot to piss. I don't really have much in the way of vehicle hunters, and if he's gonna hide the only unit that I can kill to score, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and just say, you know what? I will give this one to Sergey rather than fight 2 more turns of just putting pins on
gallery
something I can't
shooting.
kill. So
Yep.
I bid you a victory. That's not how you say that. Well, I
That
guessed
was-
that outcome. I didn't guess that it was going to come to that. For
Yeah,
whatever
I thought
reason-
this was gonna be a lot punchier and killier than it was. Well, the rolls are weird. You proved very difficult to kill in the terrain there.
Yeah, I didn't realize that my guys were going to be somehow made of like
It literally
steel.
invincible.
Just like-
yeah.
rolled like. I mean, going back to watch it, it's going to be interesting because I rolled so many 2, 3s, and 4s.
Yeah,
it
you
was
just
absurd.
were Iron Man.
And so that's kind of my point is that it's like the odds were against me, but I got very lucky.
Yeah.
So I think that this matchup with the current forces, 2 things I will say. I thought spotter drones were too expensive, so I just didn't take them. But,
It would have been helpful.
well, I mean, it's just when you're fighting against someone who can just murder your people so easily,
Yeah, you need to
have to
hide.
hide your X launchers so that they can fire continuously
Yeah.
without having to worry about dying.
Yeah.
I usually
Like
go
if you
all
had
the
put your
Freeborn.
X launchers like behind that and maybe
Yeah.
just put on your vehicle,
Exactly.
maybe like a hard point like
well,
that.
I kind of assumed when I'm fighting Ghar, it's
That was
so
gonna be
easy.
vehicle hunt?
Well, not vehicle hunt. You can just kill probes so easy.
Yeah,
Or
that's
not
also-
probes, drones.
That's
specifically.
also yeah.
And the Freeborn don't get a probe shard. They
Yeah.
only can bring them with units, so I didn't want to bank on it.
That's right.
But generally speaking, it probably would have done better. But like I said, there's no reason why
Yeah.
my guys should have survived that hard.
That's fair.
I probably should have lost turn 4 because you were, on the way of
exactly,
killing
and it was
units.
pretty inevitable that all I had to do was kill 2 more units,
Mhm.
and both of those units had 5 pins on them.
Yeah, and it's also the limitations of like you have a pretty well developed Ghar force because the Ghar don't have very many options.
No.
So it's easy to do it. But like, so it's like I could probably have benefited from like different
Nuhu
sets
maybe.
of, yeah,
some
Nuhu.
scars.
I don't know.
I will
yeah.
say about this matchup, I've talked a lot of crap thinking that it was a bad matchup for the Ghar, This
Yeah.
wasn't that bad.
No, it really wasn't.
It wasn't that. It felt pretty even.
It's just a weird fight because it's pins versus just straight killing people, but also pins because you have distortion.
Exactly.
So if you enjoyed our report, and we hope you did, just as much as we enjoyed making it for you, you should help us in our fight with the algorithm by simply liking this video, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We'd love to have you, sharing this content with anyone you think might enjoy it as well, and leave a comment below. We answer all of our comments.
If you want to support this channel even further, we do have an affiliate link right beneath this video. If you take that link, it'll bring you to the Warlord store, and anything you purchase there will give me and Kevin a small commission.
But if you want to support our channel in the best way pan-humanly possible and gain access to our brand new feature, the video development vlogs that are patrons only, where me and Sergey tell you about what we're working on behind the scenes, join our Patreon campaign. We would love to have you.
And on that note, we have a brand new tabletop man-at-arms with the gleaming arming sword. He has pledged a whole year of his muscular support, and he is awesome for it.
Muscular
Muscular
support.
support. I'm assuming he is
carries
ripped.
us.
Ah!
We also have another brand new tabletop man-at-arms named Glue the Looking Glass. He likes mirrors. And Mod Podge.
That was a little weird. It was a little weird.
job on that one.
He also has a gleaming arming sword and a looking glass that can see his enemies' souls.
And a trident.
You need just leave it to me. I'll do it.
We appreciate you both pledging your support to the channel, and while we're thanking folks, our tabletop warlords, Will Connell,
Nick Hobbs,
and Elizabeth Allen,
and our tabletop warlords, Knight Silva,
and Michael Crow.
and our tabletop emperor,
May he live long and prosper.
John Ross.